Yo, HerbnRodg in the booth, no fluke, they spitting truth. Crimson Tide pride, rolling heavy like an elephant's hoof. Mic check for the Bama intellect. This the podcast, y'all better show respect. From Brian Denny echoes to Saban's gold throne, every episode's a touchdown, Alabama zone. Two voices in the game, no flags, no shame. They calling out the plays, giving players their fame. HerbnRodg, man, they break it all down. Crimson helmet shining, we the kings of the crown. Roll tide, every week they ride. HerbnRodg Podcast, where the truth reside. HerbnRodg.
I'm still like, yeah. What is up, everybody? Roll Tide. I hear the weather is going to be cold.
It is
next week. So
yes, they said it could be possibly snowing out there.
Yes, so I will not be there.
Of course not. Yeah, I'll pass on that.
Right here it is, the penultimate show until the playoff game.
Yeah.
Should be a fun one tonight. Apologize for the lateness, folks. I am a little under the weather. Rodg is a little under the weather.
Yeah.
It's been one of those kind of days. Let's just say I was riding around with a 75-inch television trying to figure out a way that anybody would ship it. And that was most of my day. Not fun. So we will be relying a lot on you guys today, guys, and wonderful people in the chats. Jay Walker came in. Was it Jay Walker or was that? Oh, I'm sorry. B. Jammin came in with some games. So that's a good one for people to put up there, and we'll save them for later. Yeah. But what are your natty possibilities? What two teams do you think are in the championship game?
Can we pull up?
Okay. Which is most of us. And I'll tell you, I'm sorry, Russ.
Okay, go ahead.
Give us one game with Alabama, one game without Alabama. So we don't get biased. Where are you going to say, Russ? I'm sorry.
No. I thought you were asking me that, but I think you're just asking everybody in the chat that. My bad.
Yeah. We'll go through ours in a minute, but this is where he started out with. So he gave you three. But we're going to star them, and we'll come back out to them later and check them out as well as with anybody else.
Yeah.
Sup, Cat? Roll Tide. Please do
Roll
hit
Tide,
the like
Cat.
and subscribe. Got up to
please.
655. Yep, some good traction. We'd like to still hit 1,000 by the end of the year, even if that's going to take a monumental effort.
We can do it. We can do it.
Yep. What up, Jay Walker? This is always an interesting one to me. Just because Alabama, we're just one of those teams, man. We could beat anybody, or we could be out first round against Oklahoma.
Exactly. It depends on what type of Alabama team is going to show up in the playoffs. So I like, and I know we're going to get in the brackets in a second, but I like our selection. I like where we're at. I like our side of the bracket. And I think, honestly, regardless of where we are, I think we could beat anybody in the nation if we play the right way. But to your point, I just don't know what type of team we're going to get. So,
yes, sir. Always. Yeah. I don't know about 21, but I think that could be a good game as long as A&M plays right, gets by Miami. So we'll see. What up, Jay Bank? Roll Tide. Yeah, Mike has been in the lab.
Yes.
Mike has been in the lab checking it out, so appreciate it. Town, what's up? Jonathan, how are you doing, sir? T-Town Media. Always appreciate it.
Shout out to T-Town Media. Shout out to Jonathan, yes.
And Nick, I got home late. I did not get to check out your video, but Nick dropped a video today where he talks about the playoff permutations, Raj, so we can see who's actually permutations. Like who's gonna. You're not even listening to me.
I am.
Oh, Cat's at Roll Tide. Oh yeah, go ahead, brother. I got you.
Okay. All right, be right back.
Yep. Bama versus Ohio State versus Indiana, and Lady Alpha. I mean, it's only one person. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. So Ohio State versus Indiana. Yep. So 65, low 49. So, Kat, are you saying the weather's good enough for me to go now, or not go? I don't know. So, yeah, I hope it does not snow. That I think a snow and sloppy game would favor Oklahoma more because they've completely abandoned offense at this point, and it's just like defense and hold on for dear life. So, Big Mike, Roll Tide. I hope you got that. Somebody liked your intro. Jay Bake liked your intro. I also know that you did another one for another fellow I got to go check out, but they were already bragging on it, and they were very happy too as well. So, I just say this just to get you guys riled up. So, no, I have no way that I'm going to the game, even if I got to. Now, for those that are following online, Brian our Oklahoma friend, has threatened to drug me and drag me to the game just just to see if that'll help Oklahoma get the win. So, but you have to worry about it. So, oh man, first off, you had me at tight end, so I love that. And I hadn't heard the name, so definitely have to look it up. Appreciate you always keeping us in the mix as far as that goes. 6'7", 235. Reminds me, what was that Washington that was from Georgia a while ago that's on the Steelers right now? Kind of that kind of size. That's ridiculously big. So 6 feet that Friday morning, 43 was a low. I'm going to Herb's house for the game just to make sure that is actually happening. That is actually happening. So look, you can't count on me. You can always count on Big Mike. No, you cannot tie me to the chair. I still have to be able to drink. Like, are you tying me like this and I got one hand like this? Then that's fine. But are we saying like no alcohol at all? No, I'm going to have to hydrate properly. I can't believe no one typed Mike doing the Lord's work. So in case you guys missed the very, very beginning, the first question we asked, thanks to B-Jammin had his stuff on here. Give us your title thoughts, people. And similar to this, I'd love to hear two from everybody. One with Bama in the championship game and one without. So he'll give you a straw. Just hand me the bottle. Look, I can do shots. Bam. Do bam. So I am good. So
yes.
Anybody who puts up with me and Rodg is always doing large work. So Mike is a great guy. Always puts in the extra time. We appreciate it. And that was it, Rodg. We just talked about that kind of stuff. So you want to talk about the end of the selection show first? Do you want to start there?
Okay. Let's do it.
Mike will feed. I don't eat a lot during games.
I don't either. I don't have an appetite.
And yes, he is.
Excuse me. We were at Shake Shack for the SEC championship, and we ordered all this food. I could barely eat anything. And everybody's like, "Rod, eat." I was like, I don't know. My stomach just can't take it. So until the nerves wear down.
I guess tight. Everybody who gives a championship prediction, we're going to start and we're going to hold it until later on. So don't think we're ignoring your text. I do. Kat, when there is a lot of football on and it starts at 11, I start at like 10. So it could be. There's times where like 2 o'clock, I'm like, all right, I got to just pound a couple Powerades just to help me get through the rest.
Just to pray.
Yep. So, Rodg, do you want to start at the first part, the controversy, Notre Dame versus Miami? Who do you think should have gotten in?
I like Miami. Miami won the head-to-head, and before we even get into that, I even asked you on the show earlier in the season. I was like, if Notre Dame, okay, I don't see. Well, if I'm picking Miami, keep in mind you're picking Notre Dame, so I'll let you have that one. And nobody wants Notre Dame in, so.
I'm just putting stuff up there. I'm giving this a layup for you. This is an easy one.
Okay, like I said, they're not in the conference. They don't have to go through a rigorous conference schedule. Their strength of schedule was. Let me figure that out first before I get started. They had a really, really weak strength of schedule. The two tough games they played this year. USC was somewhat mid, but the two tough games they played this year, they lost. They started off the season 0-2. Had you split one maybe in the beginning of the season, then one maybe closer to the end, maybe the committee would perceive it a little differently. But I think the way they started off was pretty bad. Again, I even made this comment several times after they lost the second loss. I said, hey, do you guys think Notre Dame should be in? Some people said yes if they went out. Some people said no because of the reasons I just mentioned, that they lost the two tough games they played. I was fine with them being out. I was surprised. I'll be that. I was a little surprised. I thought they were going to squeeze in towards the bottom, but for them being left out, hey, it is what it is. I think it's going to be a problem that they're going to see next year too. When you look at their 2026 schedule, pretty similar. Two tough teams they have with Miami and USC.
But there's a provision that's preventing that. But I don't want to interrupt you.
Oh, I'm good. Go ahead, let you in.
Notre Dame has signed a contract that if they're in the top 12, they're guaranteed to be in the playoffs next year. No ifs, ands, or buts. So
okay.
That's going to keep them in. And the schedule is atrocious, Rodg. And all the points you made about it and the head should matter. All that is correct. My only argument for Notre Dame is that Notre Dame was ahead of Miami in the last ranking, and neither one of those teams played. There's no logical reason other than you all of a sudden remembered that they played each other. Other than that, the committee has not shown it. First off, Notre Dame should have been ahead of Alabama, right? When they put Alabama ahead, they were like, oh, they played well. No, because they played Auburn and we didn't look good.
Yep.
When they had Alabama down, they said the rushing yards were terrible. And you and I rushed for more yards than them in their last game. They were still ahead. So the committee's criteria keeps changing. That's the problem. Yeah, Miami should have always been ahead of Notre Dame. But because the committee had Notre Dame ahead of Miami, they needed to stick to that.
Yeah.
Especially if the two teams didn't play.
And I think the committee's criteria is always going to be flexible, and some people don't understand that. Even with everything that they have outlined and detailed on whatever you see on social media or wherever you look at all the criteria, I think all that stuff is flexible. And I think at the end of the day, they're going to have to do what's best for the committee in some of these conferences. So when you see things like this happen, I'm not surprised that these changes are made. And it is what it is. And I'm fine with it.
Yeah. Well, I agree. They do kind of do whatever they want. But in this case, that's why Notre Dame got screwed, was just because the last day there was no reason to move Miami ahead. So
let me ask you this. Next year, let's just say they go 10-2. Do you think they'll be one of the top 12 teams if they lose 2 games on that same week schedule?
Yes. Yes, okay. I think they will. I think that we have shown that we don't really care who Notre Dame plays. We just want that Notre Dame money.
So Gotcha.
Any other arguments for it, or do you want to go and find us a judge and see who won this debate?
Hey, let's just find the judge. This is the most entertaining part of the show.
Let's see what we got, Rodg.
Oh, gosh.
Did you miss me? What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Brett. Yeah, a little bit more hair than normal, and clearly I fired my barber, but I couldn't let down my boys at the HerbnRodg Podcast when they say I need a judge for the debate. Here goes your boy, Brett. Guys, today y'all was great as usual. Rodg, you was really loquacious and eloquente, and bro, you just brought it. But Herb, boy, when he talks, man, it's just like people singing, boy. It's just beautiful, like music to my ears, man. I gotta give this debate to Herb. Appreciate you guys for having me back. Brett out. Roll time.
That's a good looking judge right there.
I feel like that was a little on the weaker side of Macho Man Randy Savage right there when he was talking. Not the same. So
let's check what the
did we reset the score from the last debate? Because we haven't had a debate in forever.
Yeah, but usually during the off season we have more debates. So
gotcha.
You're only down 1, Rodg, so you still got a chance to come back.
I don't have a chance to come back if the game's going to be rigged. So,
what? Rodg, it hurts when you say that.
Okay.
Oh, let me see. And we missed somebody coming in. I hope we.
Who's that?
What's up, Ace Spray?
Okay, Spray. Thank you for joining us.
And like you said, anybody who gives championship matches, we're going to put them at the end. Here's the best point to me when it comes to these things. They're never going to stop doing it because of early season ratings and getting sales number 1 versus number 5. But this is the cause really of everything is your ranking. Notre Dame didn't drop out of the top 25 because they started so high and they went 0-2, but they were like, oh, they're still like 24th in the nation. And that's really where these things come from. So I love this little fight that's going on. I actually get where Notre Dame is coming from in this, but what was the ACC supposed to do? Because in the end of the day, in football, you do not support them. You schedule with them, but I don't know if if Stanford's of the world and Miami's had to find another team, they just find another team. They wouldn't worry about that. But if Notre Dame had to go to a whole nother conference and schedule, like who else is taking them? So I feel like Notre Dame benefits from the ACC relationship just as much. What do you think, Rodg?
Yeah. I agree with you. Unfortunate for Notre Dame. It's really unfortunate for some of the players. And I was going to say for the seniors for Notre Dame, but this day and age, even if you're a senior, you can come back for school for a few years.
Basically.
But for players who don't have any more eligibility left, I feel really, really bad for them because even though you go 10-2, you're thinking you're getting a decent bowl game and play one more game and then ride high and see what happens after that. But their AD kind of threw a fit and said, "No, we're not in the playoff. We're just gonna decline everything." So I feel bad for the players.
I don't, and that's another kind of a tangent that I definitely wanted to get into. I don't understand wanting to skip all of the practices and games and like all that kind of stuff. And to your point too, Rodg, the seniors, you feel cheated. But I just wouldn't want to play for a place that was doing that. Like, okay, we're gonna cancel the other 15 extra practices you get in the extra game. Like, that makes sense to me. So.
And it's not even the seniors though. And sometimes for some schools, it could be some of your upcoming freshmen that are on the team. But maybe you want to see them getting play. Maybe you have a quarterback who's a backup quarterback, and you want to get them some playing time. If you think it's a meaningless bowl game, let that backup quarterback start because he's going to be your number one next year, and see how he plays.
Yep, I agree, Rodg. I agree. And this was funny to me, Mike, when because I read people saying that too. Just put him in 50. I was like, so they're just gonna get screwed one way or another. Is that how this whole thing is gonna work? And like you said, right, the schedule next year looks terrible, right? You drop Miami off of it, is that right? And you just have USC
Miami and USC
they drop
are the two
Texas A&M off of it.
Yes.
Okay.
And they're hosting Miami.
Right. See, people love Brett.
Y'all will start to see more and more Brett over these next few months too.
Nick, it's an independent guy. Don't know who, a random role. I don't think Rodg would let Darnell judge because he would definitely pick against Rodg. And Rodg hates biased judges. So what we keep trying to do is keep these, unbiased judges coming in here so both of us have a chance to win the debate.
Unbiased judges. And we haven't seen much of Darnell over the past 2 weeks, and that's my fault. So I'm gonna get back on that this week. Some other things came up, so sorry about that. Yeah.
Mike, so this one was, I don't get, again, I understand Notre Dame was one of, but all these other teams, if I was 5-7, I had a chance to go to the bowl. Like, what do you have to lose? Like you said, are you worried that you might lose more people to the transfer portal? I just want to see what I got on the team. If I was a 5-7 team, I'd go out there and just play all my freshmen and say, all right, here we go. So I don't get skipping them. So exactly. And this is something this isn't hindsight. This is something Rodg and I said last year in our bowl game. We said no matter what the score is, Ty Simpson needs to start the whole second half. Start playing the whole second half. You got to start seeing what you have in the future. So if you're worried about a guy getting poached, like, it's just going to happen. So, and now you don't even have to. Well, no, you do, I guess, because when the transfer portal goes. So, according to these extra practice, see, there's always a reason, because you're going to get to a situation where one of those guys you could have played comes in and it's his first start in the middle of the year, and you're like, would not one half of football at least help him out, one extra start? So, Marcus Freeman is taking the Giants. Do you honestly think this is happening? Now, Jay Bates throws out a lot of coaching stuff.
He does. I saw that. I saw those same rumors too. I don't know if that's going to come to fruition or not. I feel like he got a good situation at Notre Dame. So
but if he has aspirations of being a head coach at the higher level, I think Freeman's a great coach, and I just love his coaching demeanor. So I think he'd be a great hire. So I honestly thought one of the SEC teams might poach him this past coaching cycle. So we should move the Bulls to April and make them spring games. That's not a bad idea either. The problem with that, definitely after the transfer portal, but then I guess that might actually help your team because you get all the new transfers in and you get your first game. So completely. What are people calling the judges in the question? Rodg,
I believe they are
judging.
I mean, you know what? I think the judging's fair on this show.
Oh my goodness! So y'all are Bradley singing "Don't Kill Me." Brad
looks like he's
totally
single.
Unrelated to Herb.
Brad looks like a single guy though. He doesn't look like he would have anybody holding him down or anything like that. Brad, not Herb. I'm talking about Brad.
Oh my goodness! I'll be the judge next time, completely unbiased. Yeah. We already know who your favorite is, Nick. 5-7. Exactly, guys. Right? That's exactly what I think. So I'm just rolling with X on that one. Okay. I mean, look, I don't think it would be a bad hire. It just depends on if he wants to go or not.
If you were Marcus Freeman, would you take that job, or would you stay at Notre Dame?
No, I'll probably stay at Notre Dame. If I'm so used to college and the coaching style there and recruiting, NFL's just a different beast.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I just don't know that that's a transition that most college guys want to make. So now, I mean, if you're tired of recruiting and you just want to be a coach, I think that's great to hop to the NFL.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. I don't know much about Freeman in that aspect. So, and I think they had an interview with his father, Morgan, but he said he wasn't sure what he was going to do either. No?
I was trying so hard to figure out the Morgan Freeman accent, but I've never been good at it. Oh my gosh.
I take the job, come back and call it, Yeah. Especially get like a fired coach is the best gig in football these days. So
yeah,
Cat loves it.
That buyout. We talked about that. I'd love to go coach somewhere for a little bit and get a little buyout. Oh, okay, sorry.
Brett and Darnell together. Is the world ready?
That's actually not a bad idea.
So what potential CFP team? So this is an interesting one. Kind of what we were maybe touching on a little bit if they sour their relationship with the ACC.
Yep.
This past year has totally proven, right, that scheduling a tough out-of-conference game is not really doing you any good, especially for the SEC moving to 9 games. What do you think, Rodg?
No, I'm with you. To your point, again, if we're going to be scheduling 9 SEC conference games as well, I mean, you already see the adjustments we made on our schedule. We had, South Florida, but then once their coach left, we said, okay, we'll find somebody else. And we found, who was it, Charlotte or something like that? Go ahead. We went ahead and replaced them really, really quickly.
We're playing a basketball team all of a sudden.
Yeah, basically. So we start off next season with like East Carolina, I think Charlotte, and then Florida State in there somewhere. But I mean, I think the conference schedule depends on what conference you're in. When you're in the SEC, and this has been proven from this year, 9 conference games can be really, really brutal on your team mentally and physically, and then on the schedule. If you're in the Big 12 or maybe the Big 10, maybe not so as much. Ohio State and Indiana will face 2, maybe 3 good teams, and then everybody else is kind of lower towards the totem pole. So I think it depends on the conference. Our eyes are always on the SEC, so it's going to be brutal next year, and I hope we can. I'm interested to see what our predictions are for the beginning of next season. I know we picked 10-2 for this season, but I don't know if the 9-game conference schedule is going to change anything or not.
Yeah, and I think the thing is with the 9-game schedule, I think the chances of the SEC getting 5 teams in again is almost gone to me.
Yeah. And
I think that's a little further, like to people's points right here, that's going to further the decline of wanting to schedule those games for sure.
Yeah.
And look at Texas, Rodg. If Texas does not schedule Ohio State, and I know so, they lost to Florida and they got blown out by Georgia. Yes. But their last win, which is all the committee seems to remember it sometimes,
A&M
was beating the previously unbeaten Texas A&M. That would have put them at 10-2, right, with 2 conference losses, and giving them a great chance. Plus, Vanderbilt's in that argument, and Vanderbilt's right on the outside. Texas beats Vanderbilt, so that gives them an extra bump to get in. So I think Texas has a chance of making it. Now, I don't think we get 6 teams in, so that's you're switching a whole lot of stuff around. But that's just another reason why, not to pick these things. So you want to save this Heisman question until later, or you want to jump it first?
Where's it at?
The bracket?
Let's do it now. You go first, Herb. You go first.
Who I think's going to win it is Mendoza.
Yes.
I think them winning the Big Ten and that final game, I think that put them over. And what was the comeback? Penn State?
Ew. Yeah, because they beat Oregon.
Yeah, because Oregon was Iowa, right? So I think they were playing Penn State that day, right? And that comeback and that drive, that's what people remember. It's so funny to me that you can play a whole great season, but everybody wants the Heisman moment. We got to have something to put on the reel, and I think that got them. So that's who I think wins it. I honestly wouldn't mind some more love.
Are you going to say the name? Are you going to say his name?
My sweet baby boy, Diego.
Oh, I knew it.
Just because he's from Vandy and annoying the crap out of all of us. But when would you ever see this kind of play from a quarterback? Basically willing them to 10 games, Rodg. Like
I was about to say, I think Pavia's stats and his numbers are Heisman worthy. I'll give him that. And I see why he was invited to the ceremony. But I also think Mendoza's going to win it. I think them beating Ohio State was like the final reassurance that Indiana is a dominant football program. It was a low-scoring game, very, very defensive game, low-scoring game. Julian Saint didn't do much, and Mendoza did just enough to get by. So, and then when you're playing those 1 versus 2 matchups, I mean, it's not going to be like 40-10 or anything like that. But I think that was the signature win,
or 28,
or 28-7. I think that was the signature win that Mendoza needed. So I can see him winning, and they're number 1. So.
Yep. And I know it's in the bylaws, the scheduled out of conference, but you don't have to reach for the top. So
yeah,
I'm saying I don't think you'll get those super tough ones. I think for the committees and for like the Chick-fil-A kickoff games, if they're still not or whatever, they're going to want those games. But I'm still shocked that Alabama has a home and home with Ohio State. I'm thinking 9 games. I want out of that. I want to play Miami of Ohio. Yeah, Miami of Ohio. Just switch it out. Pay them. Pay them $500,000.
But you got to admit, and people aren't going to like hearing this, us going to Columbus would be a heck of a game.
They will kill us. They will absolutely.
We've never been there. We've never been there.
I know. I mean, you know what, guys? We're definitely not going to Ohio State. Okay.
Gotcha. We won't go.
I think they got. Yeah, they're good. So, and yeah. The Heisman is so goofy because if you really wanted to talk about value to a team and playing great, Jeremiah Love would get talked about more.
Yeah.
Because like literally carrying a team to those 10 straight wins. But again, none of those teams is really playing anybody. So I guess that's another reason why I couldn't care. Say, yep, Matt Mitchell, my sweet baby. Look, every week, except for the weeks, this is the first week that after an Alabama loss, I still watched SEC shorts. And,
I did too.
And Matt Mitchell. So
did you watch Funny Mane's how we watched the SEC championship?
I stopped watching that. Yeah, I stopped watching Funny Man.
I liked it. I still watch his every week. I like SEC shorts the most, though.
Yeah, I actually like Roll Call. Roll Call might be my favorite SEC shorts because I know what I'm getting every week from Roll Call on SEC short chain. Those are the top 2 for sure. I know, Kat. That's why it pains me to say this because I was never a Manziel guy. So saying Pavia is just, I might need another shower after this. My basement actually has some good TVs in it, so I'll be okay. If I got stuck down here,
a nice couch down there, something to drink and everything, you're good.
Yep. All right, Lady Alpha's meeting us Ohio State 2027.
All right, we'll check it out.
Well, a lot of money in Ohio State. Yeah. And so I just wonder if who's going to step in and keep those games alive? You know,
what do you mean?
Or are you just going to start seeing more like because he's talking about, let's say there is no more, like Georgia Clemson like it used to be. And all of a sudden, kind of like Mississippi State, who wants to go to kickoff class, see Mississippi State versus Rutgers, or I guess I need an ACC team.
Yeah.
State,
I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean? Versus NC State, the battle of the states. I don't know. See,
the battle of the states. You just said that out loud.
You're the only one who catches my really, really terrible stuff, though. So, hey, autocorrect, same here. My hate autocorrect when it corrects to words that I've never used in my life. That's what I don't understand.
And then you hit send or something, and you're like, "Wait, what is that?"
And thank you for this. Yeah,
appreciate that. Appreciate the repost.
Okay. All right. So to recap what we've talked about so far, folks, we're about to look at the bracket. Anybody who wants to leave us their bracket, your final game, go ahead and post it. We'll show them up at the end. We would love it for the Bama fans to at least post one Bama in a championship and one without. So, I know. Kat,
of course.
So here's the thing about the SEC that everyone, they don't like to talk about. We are the villains of the college football world, right? With Alabama at the forefront. Yep. And you need a good villain. If the SEC was not around, who would they talk about? Who would they go after? Notre Dame wasn't even mad at Miami. We had one of our favorite Notre Dame from 5'0", posted nothing about Alabama stuff. And I'm like, you got jumped by Miami. Why is all the hatred? But nobody cares about Miami. Everybody cares about the SEC. Yeah. So,
and my last point on the bracket. Let's be honest. As regarding viewership, people love to see Alabama get a butt whooping. People love to see Alabama get a butt whooping. So even though the game wasn't close, people were tuning into that. had their popcorn ready. They're calling their buddies, man, you looking at Bama? Oh, I love this. And they're not even Georgia fans. They're just other fans that just don't like Bama. So
Basically,
I get it.
Basically. Oh, Jay Banks
right.
got another one for us. We'll hold on to that. So can we start with this also?
Yes.
If I'm really Notre Dame, I'm mad at JMU and Tulane being in this bracket. And I'd rather have Notre Dame and like Vandy and go from there. I don't understand. I mean, I get it, but I still will say this. I've said this every time. The group of 5 should have their own playoff.
Yep.
Ooh, we'll get into those predictions later for sure. Forgot to have my title time on the fourth quarter yet, and it was way too late. And then everybody just started dropping stuff. And we get a lot of people repost, so we appreciate it.
Yeah, we appreciate that.
Oh, yeah. Jay Bank, they would be higher on people's list if not for the coaching stuff, because absolutely Chambliss has played well. And I mean, do you want to start there? I don't understand. All right, so my first change would have been no JMU, no Tulane. I would have switched that up, right? Number 2, I would have flip-flopped Ole Miss and Texas A&M because I don't understand Ole Miss having a rematch to start and then having a rematch in the second round. Like, neither one of those two makes sense to me. Why you would put the bracket like this? Plus, Texas A&M had the better overall season. Are we just docking them for that one, loss to Texas? I guess Ole Miss has the better losses out of the two of them. They lost to Georgia, but I still would have flip-flopped them just for the matter of balancing the bracket a little bit more. But for your initial thoughts when you saw the bracket, Rodg?
Surprised that James Madison squeaked in there. But I was also happy for them because remember our cousin PJ and David, they graduated from James Madison. So shout out to them. Congrats to them. I don't even know. I haven't looked at the point spread for that game yet. I'm pretty sure it's nothing close, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's a 20-pointer.
I think it was like 20.5 or something. I'll double check. But when I first saw the bracket, honestly, my honest reaction was, I think we can win this. That was my first reaction for Alabama. I think if we play Alabama standard type football, I think we can win this game. Our first matchup with Oklahoma, we saw the stat. We lost the first game, we get it, but we saw the stats from the first game. Offensively, we did a really, really good job. Just we had the turnovers, the pick six, and then obviously Ryan Williams fumbled a kick return. So minus those, I think we can win this game. I think OU's defense is still there, one of the better defenses in the country, but offensively, they haven't showed it. I mean, the last time when they played was the last game was against LSU. They played really, really sloppy in offense, couldn't really generate a lot of points. So I think if we could just limit our turnovers, we're fine there. I would love to see us play Indiana. I'd love to see us play number 1. That would be a dream matchup for me. Could not wait for that game. As far as surprises, are we going to go ahead and pick who we think are going to win the whole thing, or just going to discuss that later?
We'll get our thoughts in give about 10 minutes. We'll go through some of this and get some other people's thoughts. So Nick getting
what do you say?
Getting plus that for getting his towel. Yeah.
Okay.
Mike, I didn't even think about that. That is hilarious. They're like, just to rub it in their faces. Like, hey, we should put A&M at 6. They're like, or got a chance to do something really funny. And here you go. So
good point, Mike.
Yeah, that is true. Like, where's the worst defense in here?
Texas Tech has a good one. Indiana, Ohio State, Georgia, they all have good ones. They have a good defense. Statistically, though, based on numbers, I don't know. Enrique, thank you for joining us, sir. We appreciate it.
What up, Enrique?
Congrats on your victory. Yeah, we're lucky that we have this time off so some of our players can get some rest, but I'm eager to watch more football. I cannot wait till next Friday night.
Yep. Well, Rodg will be live streaming the game.
Will I?
Oh, yeah, I didn't think about that. Ole Miss with the worst defense out of the group.
Okay.
I think their offense masked a lot of stuff, so they ain't playing for the 19th. The shirt, yeah. For sure.
Your trusty shirt, shorts, and bra.
That's how we all saw 3 on bad luck. Oh, Nick's trying to take take it away from us now. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and really, Kat, even just the first half, like it was really bad about after that. Yep, Enrique, good to see you. Oh, you already said that one, right?
Yeah.
That might mean they have a great defense. And we saw you, J Bake, ask about that.
Yes,
I'll
we
be
do.
coming back sometime during that day. So Saturday show.
We did shout out to everybody that tuned into Saturday night show. What were the viewers? I'm not gonna give the number. What was the viewership there on that one?
It was 800. I guess felt like in the middle. I guess there's been a lot of rewatches because it's crossing on 1,000 now. I think at some point it's midnight.
Awesome. So, Saturday night show.
I think it was a great vent session. Go ahead, Rodg.
Yes. No. Yeah, that's a good point. That's what I was going to hit on. Whenever Alabama loses, people want to go somewhere and vent. Alabama fans want to kind of air their frustration out. Then other people that aren't Alabama fans want to jump in and just kind of rub it in your face. But as Herb said prior to the live, we want all the smoke. We love all the smoke. We appreciate all the engagement. Say whatever you got to say, and we'll move on. As long as we make the playoffs, and we made the playoff, we're good. So,
yep. Let's see. Willie's got. Yeah, hope so, Willie. And Roll Tide. Appreciate you stopping by.
Willie, thank you.
Yep, definitely time. We moved on from that game pretty quick. There was when you're getting your butt kicked, you don't really. To me, it just doesn't.
Yeah. I moved on.
Oklahoma game stuck with me longer than the Georgia
third
game.
quarter is when I kind of moved on. Once we got the ball after half and we didn't score, I was like, okay, this might not be our night because we're not coming back from this one. So I moved on, sucked it up, watched some of the Ohio State, watched some of the Big Ten championship game, and that wasn't the most that was the most eventful game. But kudos to Indiana, man.
What about Ohio State losing their last game 2 years in a row before the playoffs, 13-10? Like, how do you even script something like that?
That's crazy. That is crazy. But I mean, they won the whole thing last year.
Thank you for your service, buddy. Appreciate you. Go ahead, Rodg. I'm listening.
No, I'm saying they won the whole thing last year. So do they repeat? And if they repeat, it's going to be all this Big Ten runs college football.
Oh my God.
Jargon going around.
Yep. So here's the deal. Texas Tech threw a lot of money at their team this year, especially in the transfer portal. So to me, the defense is legit. I felt like they were going to be carried more by their offense early, but it's actually been more of a defensive team.
Yep.
I think you'll know more about them if Oregon is favored over them in the second round.
Yeah.
But I think the defense is still legit. And, you can only play who you can play. I also kudos to Texas Tech for seeing an opportunity and going for it and saying, look, we spend money right here when all this is coming through, we can get something. So they spent big and made the playoffs. My hat's off to you. Not my hat because my hair looks terrible, but somebody else's hat's off to you. And I didn't see the news, Kat, so send me something to it and I'll check it out. All right, Rodg, bracket breakdown. You already talked about Alabama, Oklahoma. Next week, we will go more in depth into that game, folks. Let me tell you Rodg's idea, too. We had the same Oklahoma person on for the preview and for the game, and we lost the game. Rodg has banned that person from the program. What do you guys think? Are we too superstitious, or are we just stitious enough? So, what do you all think? JMU and Oregon. This is just like one of those. And it's funny, right? Alabama and Oklahoma play on Friday night, and then these other crap games are going to get thrown in the middle of Saturday when they think nobody else is watching. So
Oregon's favored by 21.5.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, let's see.
JMU did not look great in their championship game against Troy either. I mean, I
did not watch all
your championship game matters. See, now, Kay, you got everybody wanting to know. If I just type in Utah, do I get that? It's a landlocked state in the Mountain West subregion of Western, unless you mean the Utah Utes.
Yeah, what are we talking about?
Approves private equity plan for athletics. Is that what it is? Raising $500 million. My thing about them, and thank you, Enrique. Always good joining fight. Yeah, so that's what she's talking about. My thing is it's still Utah. So I don't. Am I insulting Utahns?
Yeah, what do you mean by that?
No, thank you, Enrique. We appreciate that. Please like, subscribe, help us out here. It's so gross. I'll have to read more on it, but I mean, it's great, I guess, to go for it, especially right now in the Big 12. But it's still Utah, and you're still having to get these athletes to go there. So that'll be interesting to see. Yeah, but there's a big difference between Texas and Utah. I think that's where I'm.
Oh yeah, definitely.
When Rodg is over there insulting Utah. I mean, I guess that's what he's getting. So.
That's why I kept my mouth shut on that one.
Well, most of our viewership isn't from Utah. I think we might be okay. All right, so that just seems like it's going to be steamroll. Oregon over JMU, so I get you the second round. Ole Miss again. I don't understand. And okay, committee, whatever. But you could even switch JMU and Tulane. Why does Ole Miss get another shot at them? So that doesn't make sense. So they're going to steamroll them again. So the second most interesting first round game, Miami and Texas A&M. What you thinking, Rodg?
Miami A&M.
Look at
excuse me, sorry about that.
Thanos himself.
Shout out to Brian. Thank you for joining us, sir. Nick made this comment earlier. I think it's going to depend on Carson Beck. If he can limit his turnovers, I could see Miami pulling off this game and pulling off the upset. Otherwise, that A&M defense is going to be all over him. And A&M has a really fast offense, too. And Marcel Reed is a heck of a quarterback when he's healthy.
Yeah.
Casey Concepcion and those receivers are fast. I'm going to like A&M in this game, but Miami's going to keep it close. Miami's going to keep this game really close.
I just feel like Carson Beck's going to make more mistakes than Reed. I think that's what's going to happen. So, Which, by the way, Rodg, what's up with our boy Jalen Hurts last night? That was
horrible. The worst one was when he threw the interception. That guy fumbled. He recovered the fumble, then he fumbled. I was like, bro, you have 2 turnovers on one play.
Yeah.
I felt bad. I felt bad for him.
Side note question, but I think it absolutely has to happen.
That was regarding Damon Wilson, I think.
Yeah.
The guy that went to Missouri. Yeah, that was.
I think we've just been too lax in thinking it's okay for these kids to kind of. I was one that said when Proctor did, I was like, if he got any money to go there and not even play a game, like somebody's got to get something back from him. So no, Bama Jalen Hurts, he would have been on the bench. So it was definitely Oklahoma Jalen Hurts. So, and yeah, it was awful. So I think that's the only former Oklahoma. It was just, it was for a guy who's not a real volume thrower and used to taking care of the ball. That was just bad in every instance. And some of those passes, it was just like your receiver's not getting a chance at the ball. And Enrique, I hope we answered your question. I think it absolutely has to happen. The kids have to be accountable. I think we've all been kind of been like, oh, the kids should be able to do what they want. And now it's at some point somebody's got to say no. So, and no more Jalen Hurts slander. We still love him. That was just
shout out to Jalen.
All right, Rodg. So that gets us for us. We're saying A&M, Ole Miss, Oregon, and Alabama. Right?
Yes.
Okay. Folks, we're not going to break down the Alabama side. We're always going to pick them, okay? Yeah. We will come back and do that breakdown and maybe even find an Indiana person if that game comes to fruition. So the other games, Oregon, Texas Tech. That is a very interesting, very quick one. Oregon is they had that one game against Indiana, lost, survived against Iowa. And you really haven't heard or seen anything. They just pretty much coasted. And this is the problem with the
They've been quietly flying under the radar.
The third best team in the league had 2 games and they were good until the end.
Yeah.
This is their first real test. What do you think?
I think Texas Tech's defense will give them the win over Oregon at the end of the day. I like Oregon's offense. They got some good Dante Moore and the Corey Moore. They got some really, really nice weapons. But defense wins championships. I think offense wins games, defense wins championships. So I'll roll with, I'm still under the weather, man. I'm still going to roll with Texas Tech in this one to beat Oregon.
We're getting toward the end, so you don't have much longer to survive. I'm not feeling good at all. I mean, I look good because I always look good, but I'm not feeling good.
Okay.
Let's see. Yep, Kat, I agree. Definitely needs to be parameters for the whole thing. And they pretty much can do whatever they want and then just leave whenever they want.
Yeah.
We got an Oregon over Tech. Tech. Yeah. I think this is one of those, if we were picking the games, I would wait till Rodg picked and I would pick the opposite. So if he took Oregon already, I think I would take Tech to make a stand in this game. I think the better defense and just enough on offense. So it is, Kat. It is raining. I'd almost rather just have a body part hurt than to feel like this. So
yes.
So we'd be split on that one.
Okay.
I mean, I'm taking Georgia over Miss. Like, I don't even know of a breakdown or anything I could say. Ole Miss played as good as they could last game, and Kirby sat over there and waited and said, "Hey, first time you don't score, the game's over." and that's what happened. And I don't see it improving. So, what up, Bo?
Kirby's
I'll
gonna make
see you in
some
the morning.
adjustments. Kirby's like the best adjuster as far as coaches are concerned. So he'll take a look at last game. He'll make the necessary adjustments and limit Ole Miss's offense. So I take Georgia in that game too.
Enrique, I think your easy answer is Ty Simpson. I mean, I don't know any other way to put it. Anybody else wants to answer with another player other than Ty? But I think my easy answer is Ty. And Brian, we're never on topic, so we don't care. They're not allowed to make the CFP if they opt out of their bowl games.
But don't they select the CFP?
Yeah, I'll get what you mean. Like the next year, like if you opt out of a bowl game this year, you can't make the CFP next year. I don't get what you're saying. Oh, who didn't play in the SEC championship game? Josh Cuevas.
Oh, Cuevas, number one, yeah. Some people were speculating about LT Overton on our defense.
Oh, he was saying who missed the game. I'm sorry. Okay, he was saying who missed the SEC championship game. Who would need from Oklahoma? Cuevas, for sure.
Yeah. Definitely Cuevas.
Well, Bo, I'm glad you're not on the committee, buddy.
Wow.
And you're basically saying playing nobody and winning a lot of games is more important than having a bad loss. Is basically what you guys are saying.
Keep in mind, during our debate, Herb defended Notre Dame, and now he's contradicting what he's saying.
I defended Notre Dame over Miami, and
I think we should pull the scoreboard back up and take your little point away.
I agree, Kat. But if I had to pick one person,
I say Cuevas.
Missing, I'm saying Cuevas first. So.
Mr. First Down, yeah.
Does A&M or as some people have Miami? Do they have a chance they'll get to Ohio State?
Yeah,
I want to see Ohio State, Georgia, so I'm going to say Ohio State regardless.
I'm going to go A&M over Ohio State. Just for the heck of it. Yes, I am.
The world's not ready for that.
I think A&M's got a really, really good offense and a really, really good defense, and they can match up pretty well with Ohio State. I'll take A&M.
Okay. Yep, for sure. And it's a good debate, Kat, that you bring up, LT. So don't have me miss that. All right, for those who are late, and we're getting down to the Final Four, we asked everybody at the beginning, who are your championship matchups? Bama fans give us one with Bama, one without, but that's the spot at where we're at. Look, we're picking Alabama the whole way, guys. Okay, if not, obviously, it would be Indiana versus Texas Tech. If it's Indiana versus Texas Tech, I'm taking Indiana.
Yeah,
I think. That's my non-Alabama pick. Obviously, I'm gonna pick Alabama to beat both of those teams because Ty gets it together and goes on a monster. You know what? Not even because Ty goes on a monster run. Austin Mack goes on an awesome run and gets us to the finals.
Oh, Lord.
But if it's not Alabama, I'm going Indiana and Mendoza. What do you think, Rodg?
No, yeah, of course my Alabama pick's gonna be Alabama, but then I'll take Indiana to make it.
Brian's with you.
Not Alabama pick. I'll take Indiana in the championship game against Georgia.
He said OU over Oregon. So I'm sorry, Rodg. Who did you get? You got who's up from this side? Do you have the left side?
Alabama, of course. But if my non-Alabama pick, I would pick Indiana on the left side.
Okay. Right side. You've got Texas A&M in Georgia.
Yes, then Georgia.
If something happens, I get threatened like the most. On his own show. So we have Alabama, Georgia, or Indiana,
Alabama,
Georgia. Is that where we're going?
Who'd you pick in the bottom left? Check.
Yes.
Okay.
But regardless of how that shakes out, I'm having either Alabama or Indiana beat Tech.
Okay.
So, let's see what some other people said real quick. Bama versus Georgia, Texas Tech versus Georgia, Texas Tech versus Ohio State. I think the world needs that Ohio State-Georgia game.
Yes.
I feel like we need that game.
Yes.
So if anything's happening and somebody's about to beat Georgia, you might see like 15 unsportsmanlike penalty calls because the world needs Ohio State, Georgia.
Yes.
Got Texas Tech versus Georgia. Like I said, they've spent the most. I think they come out the bottom of that bracket. I think we agree. The country would hate us if Bama and Georgia met again. I mean, they would just cancel the whole thing and everybody would go. So, in Indiana versus Georgia, I like that pick, Mike. J-Bake had a couple Bama versus Ole Miss, non-Bama Texas Tech versus TAMU. That's an interesting one.
Bama versus
Reed is one of the more
Bama.
dynamic quarterbacks left, huh?
Yeah. I'm wondering about his health because he looked a little banged up in the Texas game, looked a little limited in that game. So I'm wondering if this couple of weeks of rest is going to help him out or not, or if it's something more severe.
For a little bit, right?
Yep.
And yep, he got that. Okay. Ohio State in. Oh, I say Georgia. I was like, is that his pick? So,
yeah.
Did we get?
Official Oski.
What person? That's random.
Thank you for joining us, official Oski Wow.
Yes. I like how these people don't come in and say hello. They just kick down the door, curse you out, and left. So,
hey, thank you.
Everyone definitely hate watch. The post in that game would be amazing. The people hate the SEC, but they still hate Alabama more. So everybody be rooting for Georgia at least. So OU gets revenge on Georgia and the Natty. I just don't know that Oklahoma's got the offense to get to
their offense is yeah.
Their offense is offensive. So
really,
and I think
wow.
Come on, I love my old commercials. If this happened,
oh my gosh.
Yeah, Jay Bakey didn't even come in and say hello or anything. So, and folks, we scooted to the end of this hour very quickly. I don't know if anybody has any final questions. This one is funny because when his son Blake was here and I was breaking down how the Bama game would go, and I was like, yeah, but the way our defense always goes, you guys are going to break off at least one big play. And he goes, our offense? I was like, man, you ain't got no faith at all. So, yeah. But Ricky, I still put that one on the offense. I think despite the points, the defense played fine. There were some short fields, and Georgia's offense made some really great plays, but your offense gave you zero, so they were just out there a lot. I don't blame that. I think Georgia took that game. They were the better team, clearly, but our offense definitely didn't give us anything. They got shut down. So I don't worry about a defense as much. I do hope they do create turnovers. We're gonna do our 5 keys to victory, and like 3 of them are gonna be no turnovers.
Yeah.
So. All right, Rodg. Are we ending without questions of death tonight too?
I've thought about that earlier in the show because we both are talking about it's been a long day, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. What if we just did that? I know it would be really, really weird, but what if we just didn't do questions of death?
I guess is everybody okay with that? No question of death, unless somebody throws one out. So, yeah, but that's 2 different things. You were talking about our defense, and now you're mentioning our offense. That's what I'm saying. Our offense struggled, but I think our defense was still fine.
Our defense was just on the field for too long.
Yeah, Kat, I agree with this. The play calling has just not been. Has just not been what it's been needed. And some seems off with Ty too. So even when he has time, it's not good. So
coach of the year?
Indiana coach.
Signetti, yeah.
Yeah, just because it's a team that you would never expect it from.
Yeah.
Now, I will say this, throw my love to some guys out there. Kirby Smart will never win it because it's already expected. It's kind of like Jordan and MVPs and stuff like that. And what's that guy in with the Lakers? Oh, Luka, that guy that plays for the Lakers, who's clearly the best player on the Lakers.
He is right now.
Since Kobe, basically. Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't think there's any chance for a guy like that. I mean, you go 11-1 in the SEC with the roster turnover he's had. Kirby should get more love, but it's going to Signetti, I think, for sure. So,
good point. Venables he did have a good turnaround.
I just don't think an SEC team is even in it too. So Clark Lee, and they locked up Clark Lee, which was a smart thing to do too. So, it's almost like you need them at different levels. I still think at some point, with the way expansion goes, the group of 5 will get their own awards and playoffs and like everything. So,
how do you think they would feel about that, though? They would feel just not included in anything, though. It's kind of like the adult table at Thanksgiving and then the kiddie table.
Yeah, but if I'm going to Miami of Ohio and we win the MAC, and now somebody says you have a chance to win a national championship, I like that better than going to the Holiday Celebrations Bowl and playing one last game. So I think you keep interest in the group of 5. I think you don't see as many hit the transfer portal because you got to think, go to Miami of Ohio for 2 years and I have a chance to win 2 national champions, or I enter the transfer portal and maybe I pick up for one guy for 1 year. I think you just keep more interest. And then those playoffs, if you're on the better teams at a group of 5, you have a better chance of being seen at the group of 5 level in the playoffs than you do at a lower, big school. So let's see. Work, play, live this. Jay Bake, Cat Pool, Nick Beasley, Big Mike. He's asking you, Rodg.
He's not. You want me to take
it? Are you brave enough?
Of course.
Okay.
All right. I am going to hang out with Jay Bake. I feel like Jay Bake knows the right people in the right places, and I want to be included in that circle. So I'm going to hang out with him. Work with him. I'm sorry. I'll work with Jay Bake. Work with Jay Bake. Excuse me. I will live with Kat. I feel like our house would be clean with Kat there. Me and another guy could be a little dirty. You open the refrigerator, there's not going to be many groceries there. It's just going to be just kind of sparse. You know how it is when guys live there. It's just a bunch of takeout. And there's like 3 cups in the cabinet. Kat will make sure the place is. Kat and I will make sure the place is kept up. Since Mike posed the question, I'm going to ditch Big Mike. Just because he posed the question. It was a trap question, and I turned the trap on Mike. And then I hang out with Nick Beasley. Nick and I will just talk sports all night and hang out. Gotcha, Mike.
Oh, man. Yes. They liked it.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, good job, Rodg. Thank you, Mike, for throwing that out. Cool. Yeah. Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't. Austin Mack and Keelan Russell. We think in that order. So, Rodg, I will call you after this. Oh, sorry, Mike. You did present the question.
Sorry, Mike.
Hey, look, whenever I present the question, I get ditched before he's even heard all the options.
Of course,
Mike,
that's the easy one.
He at least got the whole thing. So, All right. He's disbanding the RFC. I would, Nick, but we're out of time. So
we're out of time. Herb will do it next week.
Nope, there'll be a different question, and we'll have a guest maybe. So,
I forgot.
So little time. So, what do we got this week? Saturday show.
Yes,
we'll try. We probably will end up live streaming the Alabama basketball game against Arizona. Here's the question for everybody: does Herb pause his live stream so Rodg can catch up, or does he leave his live stream ahead and torment Rodg for 2 hours?
I don't mind during a basketball game unless it's like really, really close under a minute left. Other than that, I'm fine with it.
Okay.
And Arizona's ranked number 1 right now, so that's going to be a heck of a game.
I already have my answers because Nick, only one of us gets to do the work, play, live, ditch, and Mike clearly asked Rodg to do it the way we said it. So
yeah,
Enrique, you are one of our favorites, man. You are always welcome. Brian,
I appreciate you, sir.
Yo, Brian, same to you. He said you better hear the end of it. If I don't pause it. So, for us or for them, Kat? I think that's all that's coming up for us this week. Like I said, I'll be out of town, so my presence won't be much for this rest of the week. Next week, we are back to Wednesday, and then Friday, we'll probably do something video-wise or something, I guess, before that game. So, folks, we appreciate y'all putting up with us. Neither one of us was feeling good, not very high energy.
It's all good.
Y'all helped us get through. So, we appreciate y'all. Rodg, you did a great job, and you handled that work, play, live, ditch very well. And I will have to cut that and send that out. So, appreciate y'all. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.